Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I am doing another historical romance haul. This one is a little bit different from my others. If you've seen any of them in the past, you've noticed that I tend to buy the same authors. And in this one I have a few books from authors that I have read before. I also have a couple of new authors, and I also have a contemporary romance in here that I thought I would just throw in so it's with the rest of the romance books. And let's start with that one. So that one is contemporary, a genre that I don't usually read, and it's also a new author, and that is Undercover Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. This is the second book in this series. I think it's just called the Bromance Book Club series as well. So yes, I haven't read the first one. This was actually a Christmas gift from my best friend Angel, and she ordered the first two for me, but the first one didn't arrive. So I have the second one. I technically have the first one at some point when it comes. And I'm very excited for this. I don't usually like contemporary romance, but this one sounds adorable. And very excited for this one. And then let's talk about the new, to me, authors that I have. Let's just start with this one. This is The Wicked Lady by Brenda K. Jernigan. I know that it's very difficult to see this one. I got this one at one of those little free libraries. It's also a book crossing book. It has the little thing on the side and a thing on here as well. So I may decide to end up doing that and passing this on after I've read it. It also has a weird almost a setback, but in the middle of the book. So as well as a mail order thing in there. Anyway, this is about I believe it's a pirate sort of thing. It was free. I thought I'd give it a go. And then I have kind of in the same theme a little bit. This is The Highwaymen by Kerrigan Byrne. Highwaymen, pirates, scoundrels, a lot of them. Yes, I have been interested in this one for a month, but I just couldn't find it anywhere. And I finally found it, and I was very happy about it. I just know that this is Highland of Romance. He's also a Highlander, and I believe so are the rest of the books in this series. I'm not really sure. I can't even tell you the name of the series because I've totally forgotten it, but excited. Yes. Okay, and then next up I have The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley. I picked this one up because on Goodreads the author mentioned that the aforementioned Lord Ian Mackenzie probably was probably on the spectrum, but it's set in 18 something. So obviously they didn't have terms for things like autism and Asperger's and so forth, and for a lot of other disabilities. So I'm interested to see how this one might go. I've actually read some really lovely books that are historical romance that feature disabled characters, and often they've been better representations than things in contemporary adult fiction and even in YA. So we'll see how this one goes. Little apprehensive, but if it's done well, I think it could be done really well. I haven't seen any Own Voices reviews of this anywhere. So yeah, I just kind of crossing my fingers on this one. And then we have a big, well, not a big, but a big enough stack of authors I've read before. Okay, so these are different authors than what you usually see. There is no Sabrina Jeffries. There is no Lisa Kleypas. There is no Julia Quinn. There is, however, two Tessa Dares. This is, I don't know which one's book 2 and which is book 3. Anyway, this one, The Wallflower Wager and The Governor's Game. I think this is book 2. In the Girl Meets Duke series, I read the first one last month? January. I read the first one this year and I loved it, and I immediately ordered these. So we'll be getting to these ones soon. So many series to catch up on. So I think that there's another 2 series I'd really like to finish, and then I think I will continue with that one. And same with these ones. So I also have 2 from Sarah MacLean. This is Brazen and the Beast, Daring and the Duke, which are books 2 and 3 of the Bare Knuckle Bastards series. I also have book 1 on the way to me, but it is still, I think, going to be like a week and a half before it even ships. So not sure when it's going to get here, but it'll be in my next romance haul. And yes, I've kind of had a mixed relationship with Sarah MacLean so far. I didn't really like the first series of hers that I read, which I can't even remember the name of, but the Love by Numbers series is one of my favorites. So excited to see where this series will fall. Ooh, some very nice setbacks. I know that my best friend Angel really likes this series, and we tend to agree, well, on everything, but particularly on historical romance, so I'm thinking I will like them. And then finally, this one just arrived today. Was super excited about it. I had pre-ordered this one, and this is An Unexpected Earl by Anna Harrington. This is book 2 in this series, which, again, why would you ever put the name of a series anywhere on it? Lords of the Armory. Book 1 is An Inconvenient Duke, which I read at the very start of 2020, and I loved it. This is perhaps the weirdest book I've ever received. Just look at that. It's not a mass market, but it's also, if we look at this, it's not like a normal one either. So I don't really know what this size is, but it's also very thin, and the last one was not. So yes, it's strange, but I am very, very excited for this one. I know I just said that I wouldn't be starting any more series, but this is technically continuing it. So is the Tessa Dare, but I think, yeah, these will be the next ones that I read. Just very excited for this one, and it sounds like it's going to be fun. So there's the historical romance haul for today. I would love to hear if you've read any of these and what you thought of them, and if there's any authors you think I should try, or any particular books or series, let me know, because I am always on the lookout for more recommendations. Hope you're all doing well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!